many times when you're going through change or you're going through a season of awakening, there's a sense in which you feel the awakening is happening to just you and you are dealing with the loneliness of transition. Everyone is constantly in transition. When the heavens are transiting, the earth is transiting, but we all experience the transitions. We all experience the awakenings in different measures. There are certain people that usually experience the awakenings faster than others. So one of the first set of people that experience the awakening faster than others are people who are spiritually awake or very attuned to the things of the spirit. So usually these people are able to tell when a transition is coming, when a shift is coming, when an awakening is about to happen. I want to say to you that one of the reasons why prophetic people or people who have got sight and vision and revelation, usually if they don't know how to steward the revelation or the insight very carefully, they can fall into the lethargy that comes from a lack of fulfillment, because they see and they can tell what the future is going to look like. When they are not able to activate that future or bring it to pass, they get discouraged, they get depressed, they get lethargic, because sight is good, but sight can be a burden. Sight is good, but sight can also become a weakness when you don't know how to move from prophetic revelation into strategic manifestation. And I say this to you because you will not be awakened past your disciplines. You will not be awakened past your government. You will not be awakened past your order. You will not be awakened past the strength that you impose upon the gifts and the callings of God that have been given to you. Many people are looking for the dawning of a new day, but what they don't know is that the day star has dawned in your heart by reason of prophecies, by reason of dreams and visions, and you have to work it out and to the point where you become the new day for a generation. Never take a time of crisis as a time of failure. Take a time of crisis as a time of reawakening. The crisis is the bridge that leads you to the intelligence of heaven by which you can overcome a season of failure. When you're about to be reawakened, you would realize that the crisis is a purpose recalibrator. Think about your life and think about the crisis you are going through and how the pivot of crisis is determined by the faith with which you engage the crisis and your willingness to believe that there is an intelligence of heaven that can tackle the brokenness of your crisis. There is an intelligence. And if you would go past the emotion of brokenness and enter into the download and the intelligence that can come from the brokenness, you will find out that there is much more embedded in you that you thought. Abraham had to wait for so long to have a child, but his wait was not wasted. He grew in wealth, he grew in power, he grew armies, he grew in authority, he grew in patience, he grew in the revelation of what it means to be a carrier of multi-generational covenant, and he created pathways of delivery of this covenant. He had all the time to think it through and to realize that he was not being delayed. He was being empowered to be a father of many, not a father of one. So what is the prophetic interpretation that you should have from this? That nothing in your life is random. Nothing you go through is random. There is no reawakening without prayer. There is no reawakening without prayer because there is no power without prayer. Okay? To be reawakened is not just to change little things in your life. So a change can be an external circumstance that is shifting. But a reawakening is an internal identity that is shifting. So it's not an external circumstance. To be reawakened doesn't start from the external. It's not the change of clothes or the change of diet. That is not the reawakening. It is an internal identity that shifts. How Jacob went from being Jacob into becoming Israel. Then a change can be a temporary adjustment, but a reawakening is a permanent transformation. Are you listening to me? So I'm giving you the difference between the two. Okay? A change is a reactive response to something that has happened. But a reawakening is a proactive repositioning. Are you listening to me? A change is human initiated. A reawakening is divinely orchestrated. A change focuses on doing things differently. But a reawakening focuses on being different. There's a difference. Change is external circumstances that shift. Reawakening is internal identity that shifts. Change is temporary adjustment. Reawakening is permanent transformation. Change is reactive response. Reawakening is proactive repositioning. Change is human initiated. Reawakening is divinely orchestrated. Change is focused on doing things differently. Reawakening focuses on being different. And as you become a different person, then you can do things differently.